Welcome to Haken, an Animal Crossing podcast, your podcast dedicated to all things Animal Crossing. Episode 166 is brought to you by Gia, Catherine Jackson, and Jules, some of our newest Patreon patrons. This week, Nina, Sergio, and I are going to give some last-minute January update predictions, show Brewster a little love, and talk about what we've been playing, watching, and reading in between updates. So to begin, hello Sergio, how are you doing?
Hi, Chuy. Yeah, it's been a good day. Today I worked out after not having worked out for like 10 months. Thank you, New Horizons.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sore. Today I'm Sergio.
What what kind of workouts did you do, Sergio?
I ran on the treadmill for about half an hour.
Nice.
But yeah,
That's a
it's
long
been
run.
forever. Yeah. Oh, I'm feeling it.
Well, that's awesome. Did you do that first thing in the morning?
Pretty much. Yeah. And I'm planning to stick with it. So, it should be easier from here on out.
That's good. Are you going to be a Ring Fit adventure buddy with me and Nina?
That'd be nice. That'd be a nice supplement too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
We both got it, and Nina's got to get back into it.
I do. I've got to figure out how to do it while I'm on the elliptical.
Yeah. I don't. Before we get too far, hi Nina. How are you doing?
Oh, hi. I have ennui, but I'm good. I start back at regular in-person school tomorrow, and I'm just not ready to wake up early.
Yeah. You get used to that really fun schedule of doing what you want when you want, right?
Oh, well, sort of. I mean, I was still teaching online, so I had a schedule, but my classes didn't start until like 9, so I kind of...
Yeah, but everybody knows teaching online is just like fake work, right?
Oh my gosh. It was like playing whack-a-mole for 6 hours. Like, I would get so tired by the end of the day. Yeah, it was a lot.
Awesome. Well, I do know of one place where we can do what we want when we want, and that's Animal Crossing. So
Yes.
we're all still waiting for this January update. They told us late January, and I'm starting to believe them that it's like late January.
Oh, you gotta always take them seriously when they say late.
I know, you really do. But anyways, I wanted to kick off this show with us making some last-minute January update predictions. For all we know, this update is happening at the same time this episode comes out, as per usual. But I figure, you know what, let's just see what happens, right? So my first question for both of you is, when do you think we'll get this update? Sergio, what are you thinking for this one?
Oh, well, considering next week is the last week, and that's pretty late in the month, I think we're going to see the update, like a trailer for it, early next week, and then it will drop probably around Friday of next week. So, yeah, they definitely saved everything for the very last week.
All right. Well, I mean, that would put us in the safety zone for sure, because if it comes out tomorrow and this episode is out the same time, then, it's going to get old soon. But yeah, next week, I think that's believable. I'm thinking like January 29th, like the latest possible Friday that it would be. It would actually probably be more like January 28th, because that time for us would already be the 29th in Japan,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I do think they tend to, keep Japan in mind when they make these types of announcements. So, yeah, 28th or 29th for me.
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking, Nina?
I'm, on the same page, thinking next week, so that we'll hear about it maybe Tuesday next week, and
Mm-hmm.
then it'll update the 1st of February, in case there's something teeny tiny for Groundhog's Day. They're gonna need to get it out before Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
We'll see though.
Yeah, you're totally right. That really kicks off on the 2nd right there. So
Mm-hmm.
it's right after February starts.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of speaking of Groundhog's Day, what do you both think will come in this update? And then I guess Nina, since that was kind of your mention there, do you want to kick us off?
Oh, well, I don't I don't know if it's actually going to happen. In the past we've gotten like a little, what was it, a Rossetti model from Isabel? Um
I don't remember. I think there
Oh,
was a Rossetti model for
yeah.
Groundhog's Day. Yeah.
I think that's what we got. And then we could like put our faces in a hole in the plaza?
Those little stands. I always thought the stands were like, lazy, that it wasn't really too engaging or interesting. But
Yeah.
now that they're gone, I'm like, all right, I would stand in one of those.
No, I don't miss them. I don't miss them. I always thought they were lazy.
Yeah, I mean, they're still pretty dorky and everything, but I think they'd look a lot better
Yeah.
in New Horizons,
yeah.
just like most of the visuals do. But I don't know. Agreed, though. I'm glad that we do get a little bit more out of the events in this game.
Plus, they always made me feel bad if I didn't have friends over. So, like, it's just your lonesome little head and then, like, an empty hole next to you.
Okay, now picture this, though. Like, the villagers are way more alive in this game. Imagine them also sticking their heads through those little face cutouts.
That would be amazing. All right, I'm back on board. That's amazing.
We need them back.
Nice.
I know I was bashing on them earlier. I take it all back.
Yeah. Also, like in real life, some of them have like little flaps with handles so that if you don't have someone with you, you can close it and there's a face where a face should be instead of a hole. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So like that would be a cute little mechanic too in case you are by yourself. Like for those of people who don't have Nintendo Online so that, they're never going to have someone over. Anyways, this isn't even what I think is going to be in the update. I don't know why we're talking about it.
No, go over what you actually think is happening.
Okay. Well, obviously Festival. I'm so excited for it. One of my favorite holidays. And the date changes, but it usually kicks off around Mardi Gras, right?
Mm-hmm. I think it's the day before.
Okay, it's a very religious holiday, actually. Isn't it the beginning of the Lenten season?
Yeah, it's the day before Ash Wednesday.
Okay, there
basically.
we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
that's
Mardi is Tuesday in French, so it's actually the Monday. It's the day before Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras means Fat Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anyways, so the date changes around because Easter changes around. And so I'm really excited for that to be in it, which I think is around February the 15th or so, which also means Festival is going to be happening around the time snow might start to be melting in our towns, which could be really exciting.
Yeah, I guess I don't know when the snow melts.
I feel like it's somewhere in February.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
which would make sense because we did start the winter without snow, and we had to wait, about a week or two before it actually started pouring.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess snow is going to melt in like a month or so then.
Well, so I'd love to see Festival expanded. I think that they can make the furniture more beautiful. It's not my favorite set of furniture in New Leaf. I also hope we get some really cool clothes to wear because there are some amazing clothes associated, like especially with Carnival in Brazil.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. I'm so excited for new players to meet Pave because he's just fabulous. And he's so mean. I hope he's just as mean as he usually is. He's just so cool. But I also would love to see like Valentine's get some more love, which I don't know if it will. If Festival is going to be the same day as Valentine's Day or right around, it's going to be tricky. I'm not sure what we're going to see for Valentine's Day. But I'd love to see that expanded a little more also in this update. And then I'm missing my pumpkins. I want some more vegetables to grow. So, there's some awesome winter vegetables like cabbage or radishes or carrots that we could grow. They could be different colors. There's purple carrots and purple cabbages. I don't know what kind of furniture they would craft. Maybe like really farm looking furniture or just like furniture that looks like vegetables. That could be cute too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, we do already have like the fruit furniture as well. So kind of expanding those like food themed items, I think that'd be nice.
That'd be cute. So, those are kind of my high hopes, but I don't know how much of that we'll get.
Yeah, and I do want to talk about like the Valentine's Day thing too. I think it would be nice to build it out a little bit more, but yeah, with it being so close and it just kind of historically not being a huge deal in
Mm-hmm.
the previous Animal Crossing games, it doesn't seem like they're going to make a big deal about it
Right.
this time around too. But yeah, I'm ready to be surprised too. Like I would
Yeah.
totally love if they did something a little extra. If they did what everybody kind of wants and have Brewster come back,
Mm.
that'd be huge for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're
I don't
gonna
know.
talk
I
about
guess
Brewster.
yeah, we'll talk about him a little bit more. So I guess Sergio, what are you thinking is going to happen for this update?
I'm thinking it's gonna be more on the like predictable side.
Mm.
We're gonna get Pave, we're gonna get Festival or Festivale. Um, I'm sure we're gonna get some DIYs related to that. Maybe some special items from Pave during the event.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you, Nina, for sure. I definitely want to see some clothing related items. It would be a missed opportunity if they don't do that. And
Yeah.
maybe something we can wave around during Festivale for like the dancing. Like an
Oh,
item that
Mm,
we can hold ourselves. I feel that would fit in.
that would be
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I am wondering, like, I feel like most of these events that have had like a big visitor have come with a whole set of DIY recipes.
Oh yeah.
And it got kind of kicked off with Zipper T Bunny when he came with his hideous eggs and put them all over the place and had us craft
Mm-hmm.
all of this egg furniture and things. But the other visitors have come with much better things. The Halloween items were much better. The Thanksgiving items were much better, and all
Yeah.
the festive things were a lot better too. So I am wondering, like, historically we have like collected feathers for Pave, and he's done these dances and stuff. But I was just remembering, um, when Jack came to our islands, we got two new reactions, one from our villagers and one from Jack. And so somebody commented on my predictions video that they want a dancing reaction to come. And I'm
Oh.
like, oh, well,
Oh,
Pave, of course. Like, why didn't I think of this? It makes a
yes.
lot of sense for Pave to teach you some wild dance and your character just dressed up in whatever
Oh my
feather outfit
gosh.
you've got
Yes.
If we
and
can
just
learn how to do the shoulder shimmy, that would be unbelievable.
Well, I think of Pave's like arms in the air and shaking his
Yeah.
tail feathers, like that
Yeah, yeah.
classic dance. I'm assuming it would be that one, if any. And I'm just like, the use cases for this, not a lot of them, but I would do it all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah,
Amazing. Oh, I can't
yeah.
wait. I love Pave.
He's so much fun. He's a truly unique character for sure.
And I really hope he continues. Well, if you're a girl in the game, he'll call you Little Miss No Dance, and I really hope he still calls me Little Miss No Dance. I
That's pretty
love
cute.
it.
That's really cute. So yeah, I mean, I guess I'm with you, Sergio. Like, I think it's gonna be a pretty predictable update, pretty small. I'm not expecting too much this time around. I basically expect all the same stuff. Festival is the focus here. It's all event things. There might be some new DIYs, and maybe the feathers this time around are a crafting material.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
But outside of that, like I'm kind of hoping they do add a little bit in there to reference the different things going on in the month. For example, I think we need some new stationery in the post office. I don't know if you both have looked at the post office recently, but there are some Valentine's Day cards in there.
Oh.
Yes.
There's only a couple. It's really not a lot, but I would love a little Groundhog Day Rossetti
Mm.
stationery thing. Um, Outside of that, I think it would be cool to also have like a seasonal list come back to the Nook Shopping app, so we can get, maybe there is like a cup
Oh,
of hot chocolate that we can get during Valentine's Day, which
yeah.
would be a kind of big downgrade from
Yeah.
Brewster giving it to you. But like I expect kind of the smaller references to
Right.
these things happening
Well,
here.
and in New Leaf, Isabel would give you like a chocolate heart, so maybe we'll get like
Oh
a box
yeah.
of chocolates or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yes, a box of chocolates. in general, we need the food items
Yeah.
where we can get them.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be great. A really great addition. So I guess my next question for both of you is, do you think that we should be expecting a more substantial update for March rather than this one? Sergio, what do you think?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think so. The updates they have been constant, but I would say maybe with a few exceptions, they haven't been too substantial. And I'm hoping that's on purpose. I'm hoping Nintendo is saving a lot of really good stuff for March for the anniversary. Maybe we'll get a hashtag game change or something that
Oh.
is added basically to the New Horizons formula that really shakes things up a good amount. Hopefully. I feel like if maybe we get a couple of things, I know we're getting the Mario items, and then, if it's more like a traditional update in a way, then I think waiting for a really big update, it's probably out of the question if they don't do it for the 1 year anniversary. They'll probably just keep doing the regular updates we've been getting, like every other month or so for like another year. Yeah, I'm really hopeful for March. I do think Nintendo's saving up for something big. I'm hopeful.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's basically where I am too. Like I've been kind of just expecting that March is what they're saving for. I'm kind of expecting like the game going from into the 2.0 era, you know?
Yeah.
And part of that is I've seen how their development process works with Pocket Camp, for example, where previous Animal Crossing games haven't been so, I guess, alive in the sense of updates. Like, we got an update for New Leaf, and that was 3 years after it came out. Nobody expected it at all. And Pocket Camp was really I guess, a closer taste of, like, what is Animal Crossing if it's, like, a growing and evolving game over time. And so every year during the anniversary of Pocket Camp, we'd get a huge update there. So I'm expecting kind of the same
Yeah.
for New Horizons. And also, it's a big year for Animal Crossing in general because it is the 20th anniversary of the series. It's coming
Oh.
up in April. So between the 20th anniversary, version 2.0, 2020, the year when Animal Crossing came out, like I'm no conspiracy theorist, but something's up. So, there's a lot of twos and
Yeah,
zeros
yeah.
here. So, yeah, I don't know. What are you thinking, Nina?
I'm gonna be very cautious going into March. Yes, like you guys said that in Pocket Camp, the anniversaries are kind of huge deals, and you get a lot of brand new stuff, and um, but New Horizons does not like to follow in Pocket Camp's footsteps. They don't do the same things that Pocket Camp does, and I have a hard time seeing a lot of anniversary stuff added to New Horizons. I don't know why.
Mm.
I'm not sure that's going to happen. Um, and I know that we are pretty much confirmed that we're getting Mario stuff, right, for March.
Yeah, we
Yes.
do. That's basically all we know
Yeah.
about March at the moment.
And
And I think the only reason they announced that was because they needed something else to throw in to
Right.
celebrate the 35th anniversary of Mario, which seemed to come a little bit late.
Yeah. Well, and I'm just not a big fan of the Nintendo themed, Mario themed stuff in Animal Crossing. I
Yeah.
never used it in New Leaf, so I don't know. So I'm just not that pumped for the anniversary. I have a feeling it's just going to be Nintendo stuff. So we'll see. But that being said, I like to kind of be more cautious and getting my hopes up about this. So if we do get awesome things, it'll be even better.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get you for sure. I mean, it's definitely a very different game, and from what I've heard and everything, the current situation with COVID has really put a strain on Japanese companies. And so, development, especially, like people pretty much work in the office and they've been cut off from that to a big extent. So, I'm kind of wondering how that has interrupted plans with the game thus far. And yeah, I don't know. I really wonder what they're doing in the background. I would love to know,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, we don't.
Right.
Yeah. So I guess I don't know. Are you excited for this update at the moment? At least the one coming up, the January one, Nina?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I love Pave. I'm hoping he's still sassy and amazing. I'm hoping we get some really cool outfits. So,
Yeah.
yeah, excited. I'm always excited for a new Animal Crossing update.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, you know, it's good to not need anymore. I'm on Twitter a lot, and so I see a lot of people what they want, what they'd love to happen, and everything, and I'm just like, I can't dream that big anymore. But I guess how are you feeling about it, Sergio? Are you excited at the moment?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited. I too like Pave quite a good amount. I like Festivale. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun night whenever it happens. And I do think right now I'm not sure what it is, but I think we're gonna get something other than Festivale. So I'm even looking forward to that. Hopefully it's something nice.
Awesome. So yeah, hoping for some surprises
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. For me, it's funny. This is like the least excited I've been for an update. It's not
Wow.
necessarily that it's like not something I'm, just bored with, like the idea of Pave. Like I do like Pave and I am excited to see that in general. But I think the part that has me least excited is just that right now, I don't think there's going to be anything really huge beyond that in the update. Like, I think it's going to be a relatively small one. And most of that is just because I feel like, if there's a time to hold back content updates, it would be now to save it for, at least something bigger
True.
in
True.
March,
Yeah.
So I kind of lean toward they're maybe focused on March a little bit more. Maybe I'm making that up in my head. For some reason, the 1 year feels a little bit bigger to me than perhaps it does for Nintendo. But yeah, I think it's put me in a state of like, I think I know what to expect with this update, and I don't think it's gonna be really huge yet,
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's the update. One thing we did mention during that was Brewster, of course, and everybody's favorite pigeon has been the talk of Twitter and the internet in general because a lot of people want Brewster back. So I figured let's talk about him a little bit. Let's give his history, give a little background on the character, and basically talk about what we think he could be up to if he ever gets added to New Horizons. So
We're putting
real
some
quick.
Brewster vibes into the universe so that he may he may descend upon us with his
Exactly.
feathers. It's gonna be he's coming.
Yeah, we need it to happen, so we might as well, manifest it, right?
Yes.
All right. So, quickly, some background information on Brewster. We'll start with personal information. So, Brewster was born October 15th. He is a Libra, and his favorite song is KK Swing. And his phrase is drink it hot or give it up. I'm not sure if that's his actual phrase. It actually showed up in a really funny spot. So you sent over a link to research this, and it showed up as his phrase in Happy Home Designer. Of
Weird.
All things.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's an old school guy. He likes swing music. He likes coffee, and I don't know. He's probably like he's got that mustache too, that like old timey mustache. So he's like he probably also has like only analog clocks in his house. Like he rides a bike to work. Well, I guess he flies, but he likes old school stuff.
Yeah, that's his vibe. That's the vibe he gives in his whole place too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess history about him through the series. He was first introduced in Wild World, and he ran the Roost, which was a venue/coffee shop inside of the museum where KK Slider would occasionally appear Saturdays at 8 p.m. like always. He sells coffee for 200 bells, and after a while, if he starts to like ya, he'll offer you some pigeon milk, We don't know quite where he gets that from, but it is something that you can have if you need it. From there, he was in City Folk as well. His role was a lot like Wild World. The additions here were that he also served as storage for gyroids. So he would take one of every single type of gyroid. Every single gyroid. He would take like multiple of different types, because there's like categories of gyroids. And they're really thought out, those gyroids.
Yes.
But anyways, if you became friends with him or spoke with him with a gyroid in your pocket, he would sniff it out and say, "Hey, I'm a bit of a gyroid fan myself. Do you think you could give me yours so I could store it here? It'll be perfectly safe. I'll never sell it." That kind of thing. But yeah, he does have his little storage space for gyroids, and it's really cool because there hasn't really been, I guess, dedicated storage for any item outside of like, you collect one of everything and put it in the museum. But even then, you couldn't take it back or put it back in again. The gyroids really actually worked like that. Like he would hold on to them. If you ever wanted one for a room or anything, you could go and get it and use it around and then just bring it back,
Yeah.
So
which was awesome
really
because there
interesting.
wasn't a lot of storage back then, so it was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The storage struggles in past
Yes.
Animal Crossing games. I can only tell you that we are spoiled in this era. The other special thing that would happen in City Folk was this Valentine's Day famous interaction. Well, I guess interaction that has become famous. But he would give you some chocolate milk on Valentine's Day instead of coffee. And he says Happy Valentine's Day to the player. So
Or hot
just
chocolate.
a little bit. Yeah, hot chocolate, chocolate milk. Either. Probably hot, right? Anyways, so yeah, hot chocolate. You would get some on Valentine's Day, and that was the special thing in City Folk.
It was really cute. And
It was
these,
really
for
cute.
Wild World and for City Folk, his little roost down in the basement of the museum was just pretty simple. It's like a square room, and it has his bar, and then the little square stage that KK would sit on. Like there wasn't really any frills about it. It was mostly wood, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
But it
Very
was cozy
straightforward.
feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, it did feel like one of the coziest settings in Animal Crossing for sure, just because you could there weren't like windows or anything, like you could tell it was underground and everything. So yeah, it really lent to its just the vibe that it gave. So after that, in New Leaf, he got quite an upgrade. He runs the Roost Cafe, but this time it is his own standalone building. So you would eventually unlock this through a public works project, and then you could build it around your town. It could not be moved, I believe, after you built it. So
Right,
wherever you put it, it was there to stay forever. New Horizons definitely changed that up for sure. But yeah, you would place the building, he would move in and, open up his coffee shop. Ordering coffee, there were a few different things that happened based on how much you ordered. So when you first sit down at his place, he'll ask you what blend of beans you want, how much sugar, how much milk, and then, make your coffee up like that. After a few visits, you could take your coffee to go. So 3 visits, you can get a little to-go cup, and it's really cute. You drink it while you're walking around doing your things. After 4 visits, you can order the usual, which means, you've made it.
Yeah.
And then after 7 visits, you can start working a part-time job. And this part-time job essentially had you make coffee for 3 guests. 2 would be some villagers, and then the last one would be a special character. If you got their orders right, you would get better rewards than if you got them wrong, which it was very difficult to get them right.
Oh my
I'm sure a lot
gosh.
of people use guides to do that.
You basically had to.
Yeah. I mean, the game was not balanced. You would see like a few villagers, and then all of a sudden, everybody thinks they know what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you stop getting hints from the characters. There's no way to really figure it out unless you look at a guide, which was difficult. But if you stuck it through, looked at the guide and cheated, you could win some special items from
Mm-hmm.
Brewster, and a lot of these would be like, kind of based around a coffee shop, but eventually the items would be these special Brewster gyroids,
Yeah.
which hands down the best gyroids ever made. I definitely put mine in my basement band room,
Oh, cute.
and yeah, they're my little audience there, and they love it, and I love them. So beyond that, New Horizons, he's not currently in the game, but there are a couple references to him. One is that you can see this in a Boundary Break video. I don't know if you all know the YouTube channel Boundary Break, but go and look up their episodes on New Horizons because they take the camera out of bounds and you can actually turn it around and see that the back of KK Slider's guitar has a picture of the roost on there. So a little bit of a reference to Brewster.
Yeah.
It's like a little sticker that he has stamped on the guitar, or it's on the case, I forget which. Then the other reference is that you can scan in his amiibo and get his poster at Photopia. So even though the character is not in it, the poster is there. So it's just a little bonus reward. So some Brewster data does exist in New Horizons. Of course, he really doesn't. So I want to talk to both of you about what you think Brewster could do if he gets added to New Horizons. And Nina, I think we'll start with you here.
And I love Brewster.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites. So I would just be over the moon if he ever got added. I of course want him to still be making coffee. I'd also like him to be kind of selling new things like regretfully. Like he's not into it, but he realizes he needs to expand a little bit. Like I'd love to see him sell some tea too. I'm a huge tea drinker, so I think that'd be really nice. And I think it'd be so much fun for us to grow the tea or the coffee beans for him. Like again,
Oh.
I know I just mentioned that I
Mm.
wanted more vegetables, but I really like growing things in New Horizons. So it'd be super cool if they worked a lot like the pumpkins, but they kind of also could make hybrids like flowers, because then you
Mm-hmm.
could get like really cool hybrid coffee blends for him to brew or tea blends for him to brew. And he'd be really excited then about, what you're growing for him, and you can like deliver the beans and the leaves. I don't know. I just think that'd be so much fun. Um, and I like would really love for him to have his own cafe again. I don't know where I'd have room on my island at the moment, but I will make room for his cafe. That's like, shooting for the stars. He'd have his own cafe. Begrudgingly, he'd be back in the museum, and my compromise would be be above Nook's cranny. I think that'd be really cute too.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Kind of change of location there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cute. I hadn't even thought of being able to grow coffee beans at all. And I love that. Like, I really like the pumpkins, and I really want them to grow that gardening system out a lot more.
Yeah.
I think the pumpkins do something very exceptional for the crafting system where we grow the pumpkins. They work a lot like the fruit trees, pretty much exactly like fruit trees, actually. So they work like that. But once we get the pumpkins, there are kind of the crops, the orange crops will be used to kind of craft items, but the other colored pumpkins are used to actually customize the items.
Yeah.
And everything, pretty much everything else in the game you customize with the customization kits. Like I can't think of any items that really require like a material
Right.
to customize. And so like I would love to see that idea expanded to the different crops and everything. Like say you make the glazed dish set, for example, and you're like, oh, I want this type of meal to be on there. Let me get the veggies that I need to make that happen.
Ooh, that'd be
You know,
cute.
yeah, and I've kind of wanted this like in general for like customizing items. I would love it to work with like potted plants, for example, like grow the flowers that you actually want to see in the potted plants when you customize. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's a real opportunity there, and seeing that with like the coffee beans as well, like the different blends making an appearance in Brewsters, like once you finally grow them, it's great. It's cute. I love that.
Thanks. I mean, let's do it. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'll call Aya Kyogoku up right now. We'll
Perfect.
get it going.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. So I guess Sergio, what do you think Brewster would do if he came into the game?
Well, he would definitely sell coffee for sure. I think he would also employ us eventually. Yeah, like you said, it would take a little while, but eventually I think we would unlock a part-time job again. And I kind of want them to really go all out with the coffee. Basically, I understand, Brewster is kind of like the classic guy. He sells coffee and that's it. But like Dina said, maybe he has to expand and realize that, nowadays people like lattes, cappuccinos, and a lot of different types of coffee drinks. So he would allow you to prepare that, and that would be part of the mini game. And then, also you would eventually learn what the villagers like the most. They don't have to come back together, I think, but I believe if Brewster and Gyrods come back in the same update, that would probably be better. And I was thinking, in addition to storing them for you, he could also maybe tell you interesting facts about each Gyrod, because he's got to be the expert. He has to know, this Gyrod came from this era and it was created for this reason and it resembles this or that. He would be the one to know, and it would be like talking to Blathers, but just to Brewster for Gyrod info.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, what's really interesting about that is like how I guess I would wonder like what kind of backstories they would write for these things, just based on like, when you donate stuff to Blathers, like these bugs are real somewhere. So there
Right.
is some information for the people making the game to tell you about them. So I would love a little bit of imagination thrown in there with some of these. And I mean, not to say the gyroids aren't based on real things, because they are, but I can only think of so many things to say about that same thing for each gyro.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, it's kind of like I've played the GameCube game a bit more, and all the butterflies, like Blathers says the exact same thing for any butterfly that you donate, rather than like it being unique to that species,
Right.
So, that could be kind of the case, and it just grows over time, but yeah, I am all for Brewster being like a new collection that we can make. I would give him all my gyroids. That's all I want.
Yes.
Yeah. So for me, I think I know something about Brewster that isn't really explicitly stated in the game.
What do you mean?
And it's just something that I assume of him, but I think he really loves music.
Oh.
And I get that vibe just because his place has always been kind of a venue for, well, at least in the first couple appearances, City Folk and Wild World. His coffee shop doubled as a venue for KK Slider. I don't think Brewster is the kind of, I guess, shop owner who would just like let that happen unless he wanted it to happen.
Yes, exactly.
So I'm assuming, I'm assuming Brewster really likes music, and I think KK Slider needs to not have to perform at the plaza anymore. I think it's a nice space and everything, but I don't know. I would be kind of annoyed if people kept opening the door behind me and coming in and out the whole time.
Yes.
Like, I think he needs a real space. So I want Brewster to be the new like venue owner. I know Shrunk kind of had that role in the past, but with the reactions handled the way they are in this game, I don't quite see Shrunk coming back in the same capacity as that. So I feel like the venue running gig kind of works best for Brewster. Also, another argument that I'll make toward Brewster having really, just loving music in general is that he has the best game or the best music in the game. So that little coffee shop theme, it's delightful.
Oh, gosh, now I have to go back and listen to it. I can't even think of it, which is so sad. I miss him.
It's the best song. You'll love it.
Okay, I'll go back and listen to it after this.
Yeah. So I think in general it's time for KK Slider to get kicked out of the plaza and have a real venue to play in. And I think Brewster is gonna be the one to supply that this time.
Mm.
Um so yeah, I mean there are a lot of things that Brewster can do. Funny enough, Brewster has been like the most unchanged special character out of a lot of them.
True. Yeah.
He
So
doesn't
many
like
have
change.
gone.
Yeah.
I don't take him for somebody who likes change for sure. So I imagine Coffee is going to be pretty spot on with him.
Mhm.
A lot of their names come from puns, but Brewster's really feels like it's the one that's going to stick for a character.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, also,
I
if anyone hasn't looked up pigeon milk yet, don't go looking up what pigeon milk actually is.
now we're gonna.
No, stay blissfully unaware. Don't
I
you?
am
Don't.
I am about to type that into Google and see what comes up.
Don't do it.
I will
No,
wait till after
You'll
the
never
show.
ask for pigeon milk in your coffee ever again.
All right. Well, I'll try not to, but I'm probably gonna. All right. Well, it is a pretty slow news week, and there's not too much to talk about in regards to Animal Crossing news. So for now, we're gonna talk about some different things. We're gonna talk about what we're playing besides Animal Crossing, of course. What we're watching and what we're reading. So, yeah, let's get into that. What have you all been playing while waiting for this update, Sergio? I think you've been playing a lot of things, haven't you?
A little bit. I was for a little while, but I kind of dipped back to my classics, if you will. So, a few weeks ago, I finished Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. You know, the Zelda spin-off. I really liked it, mostly because of the story. It rekindled my love for the Zelda franchise, and it's funny because it's a spin-off, but it definitely managed to do that. The music and the characters and the story was really well done, I thought. But after finishing that one, I kind of gone back to just playing Rocket League and a billiards game called Pure Pool, which is really good, by the way. So I play those in the morning, very early before work, and I play those too because I can play those easily while listening to my own music instead of the game audio. And that's been my thing. I love my music. So my playlist it's a beautiful mess, I would say. It has EDM, oldies, music from other languages. It's a mess, but I love it. And playing these games while listening to that, it's amazing. It's almost always my favorite part of the day.
Nice.
I love that. I kind of, that's another reason like I like Animal Crossing. Like, yes, I love the music from the game itself, but also it's one of those games that's just like easy to listen to other things
Oh,
while you play
yes.
as well.
Yeah.
Podcasts and music and, even just have a show on in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice, but I'm glad you're getting that with your other games as well. It's always nice to run into those.
Yeah. And, with Age of Calamity being sort of a prequel to Breath of the Wild, I did restart it. This is my third time playing this game. I'm mostly playing it on weekends, but when I do, it's fun. It's fun. I'm getting used to the open world and Zelda mix. I guess I'm starting to accept it. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna keep at it. Hopefully, this is the time that I actually finish it.
Yeah, third time's the charm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in a similar boat as you. Like, I have also been playing Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. I'm not too far. I guess I'm taking it pretty slow, but I've really actually liked a lot of it. Like, I didn't really get the vibe for like Warriors style games.
Right.
And I wasn't sure if it was for me, but as soon as I saw this one, I was like, instantly interested in a Warriors game for the first time. Like they've done Hyrule Warriors before. They've done like even the Fire Emblem Warriors games,
Yes.
and both franchises I really like. But I don't know. I was just like, I don't know if that's the way I want to experience them.
Yeah.
But I jumped into this one and it's been really fun. I really like it. Age of Calamity. I mean, it's a little bit repetitive, but like, hence why I'm kind of taking it slowly.
Yeah.
Well, that makes
So I
sense.
don't like, I don't burn out on the style too
Yeah.
much, but when I do play, like, it tends to be a pretty long session to, get a good amount of story in, and I'm like, yeah, this was cool. I liked it. Um, Outside of that, I've been playing Hades as well, just an indie game that has been, very well loved throughout the internet.
Yeah.
It's all Greek mythology based. You play as the son of Hades, Zagreus, and you're just trying to escape the underworld. And you're gonna die a lot. It's one of those games where you die, start from the beginning, keep
Yeah.
going, get stronger and stronger as you go. Really cool stories kind of interweaved between that. It tracks like how many times you've died and people know
Wow.
who you've encountered. It's really deep, actually, and very, if you're into Greek mythology, it's got tons of that in there for you to enjoy. Um, Outside of that, I've got my brother-in-law a Switch for his Christmas present with Mario Kart because he loves cars and Mario
Oh.
Kart in general. And so I will go online and play Mario Kart with him here and there. So
Aw.
that's been pretty fun.
Nice.
Yeah. Nina, what have you been playing?
I got gifted a couple games on Steam for Christmas, so played played Phasmophobia with some friends for the first time. Had nightmares, so probably won't be playing that again. It's like a ghost hunting game that's a little too realistic. I don't like it. But I was also gifted Fallout 4, which is super fun to play. I haven't played any of the Fallout games before, so it's new to me, but I'm really liking it.
Mhm.
Still kind of towards the beginning, but it's fun. Um, every now and then I play Sims still, Sims 4. The last update they had was this really cool like skiing mountainous kind of like Asian inspired update called Mount Komorebi. So I've got a family living there learning how to ski and snowboard and mountain climb. But there's also a new spooky pack coming out I think on the 29th. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to download that too.
Spooky things are great. I love
Well,
'em.
yeah, like I don't like scary things like Phasmophobia, but I like spooky things that are like more fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like all of them.
I know you do. I don't understand it at all. I don't. I
One
can't.
day. One day it'll
No.
click with you.
No. I played like I don't know, maybe an hour of Phasmophobia and could not sleep that night. It just doesn't work for me.
That's great. It's great. That means you get more awake time.
Not in a good way.
You don't know that.
There's ghosts watching me. I can't. No, it's not good.
Yeah. Awesome. So I guess what have you all been watching while you wait for this update? I guess
Yeah, you
wait,
start.
did I
Chewy.
talk about what I
Oh,
Yeah, I've
yeah,
talked
you
about
did.
what I was playing. I'll start here. So recently I finished season 3 of Cobra Kai. And I love that show so much. It's so campy and it's all about karate and it's silly, but it gets kind of serious at the end of season 2 and into season 3 a bit, but also in like a completely ridiculous way that you're just like, no, come on.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
dumb. But it's fun regardless. The other show I've been watching is called Schitt's Creek, and
Yes.
it's so funny. I can't believe I did not know about this show for so long.
Really? How far
Yeah.
into it are you?
Oh, we've gone through 3 seasons.
Oh,
I think,
good.
now.
Okay. David.
Yes. Yeah. Good for you, Alexis. Jackie says that a lot now. She loves. We're really enjoying that
I'm
show.
glad.
Yeah, it's cute. It's on Netflix. Both of these are on Netflix. I've been wanting to watch more movies lately, though. We watched one a couple nights ago. What was it called? Broken Hearts Gallery. It was produced by like Selena Gomez, and It has wannabe Zac Efron. That's what we call him. I forget the actor's name, but
Oh,
it's
no.
that guy from Stranger Things who looks like Zac Efron. Um, that was pretty cute. One I put on my list on Hulu recently is called Save Yourselves. And it was a movie that was at Sundance a year that we went, but we could not get into it because stuff sold out pretty quickly. But it's basically this couple goes to, they get away, unplug, spend a weekend camping, and aliens invade while they're out there, and they don't know. So I haven't seen it yet, but I really want to watch it. And just earlier today, I was like, when are the Oscars? Like, are they delayed? Is it supposed to be happening? And I looked it up. They are delayed because usually we like to see a lot of the nominees leading up to it. It makes
nice.
It makes it, a lot of people are not really into awards shows, and I'm still not really too into award shows, but I really I find them a lot better when you actually watch the things or experience the things that it's about. And I've always really enjoyed movies. I don't necessarily agree with their nominations or who should win at any point. But I do enjoy watching a lot of things. So Oscar season is movie watching season for me.
I like looking at the clothes for the Oscars.
Yeah, I mean, that's fun.
Yeah.
Sergio, what are you watching these days?
A couple of things. Recently, WandaVision came out for Disney Plus.
Right, I checked that out too.
Oh, nice.
Is it good?
Yeah,
You
it
guys
started.
like it?
It's pretty good, honestly. I'm mostly everything I watch is with a friend of mine, and neither of us had any idea that it was like a sitcom, black and white, very old school. It was very funny. We liked it a lot. It was very nice.
Can I say something about WandaVision as well?
Go for it.
Because I did watch the first 2 episodes. I really like it, and it's really funny because Wanda and Vision have been the least interesting characters for me throughout the entirety of the MCU. Yeah, I have no interest in what they're doing at any moment in those movies. Zero interest. Like, literally, I had to go to the bathroom during one of them, and they came up on screen, and I was like, okay, bathroom break it is. And so I went to the bathroom during their scene, and I was like, did I miss anything? And Jackie was like, no, it didn't matter. And so, no interest whatsoever. But I have a friend who's like reading their comic, and they said it was like kind of like family sitcom, 50s comedy thing. And I was like, I'm much more interested in this concept for them than anything else. And so I watched the show, and I was like, this is fantastic. I love it.
Oh, cool.
It's perfect.
I want to watch it. It's on my list.
They took the least interesting characters to me and made them, and now I'm invested. I want to see more.
Oh, interesting.
It worked.
Yeah. Sergio, continue.
Nice. So also on Disney Plus, my friend and I started watching The Mandalorian. Just 2 episodes into it so far.
On the first season?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're late.
Well, keep watching. I hope you like it.
Oh yeah, for sure we're going to. Yeah, it's pretty fun so far.
I hope you understand why I didn't like the first season.
What?
I didn't like the first season, but I really liked the second one.
Okay.
I thought the second one was much better.
I may or may have not have spent too much money recently on a baby Grogu squishmallow. They're giant. I finally tracked one down on eBay that wasn't like, $100. It was a little less than that. So I'm really excited.
Well, let me tell you. Okay, that was what kept me watching, basically. Like, I was like, I don't know what the hubbub is about this Baby Yoda kid. I'll check it out. And then I watched it, and I was like, listen,
so
I will
much
die
hubbub.
for Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
I will die for you.
Just wait. There's an episode, Sergio, that's coming up for you guys soon, where I'm sure you've seen the GIF or GIF of little Baby Yoda like sipping some tea. It's the best. It's such a good episode too. So I hope you like it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
I
other
keep
than
interrupting you.
I know. We
sorry.
get so excited over Sergio's choices.
I know, great ones.
Nice. And I guess the last one would be an anime, a little bit of Cowboy Bebop.
Have you never
Fun.
seen that before?
No.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. Cowboy Bebop is a masterpiece.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess I'll have to watch it then.
Oh my gosh. Who are you people?
I don't know. It's funny because I have a lot of respect for it and everything. I know it's well loved, but I have not gotten a chance to watch it yet.
Have you seen?
I've seen like the art and stuff behind it. I'm like, I think I would probably like this.
Okay, wait.
but
Have you seen the opening credits, like the title sequence?
I don't remember if I have.
Okay, you just need to watch that, Chuy. It's right up your alley.
Yeah, you
All
would
right.
know if you had. The music is amazing
The
in the whole
music.
series. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. I think that's all for your list, right,
Yes,
Sergio?
correct.
Awesome.
It was
Nina,
a good
what
list.
have you been watching?
My list is not as good as Sergio's. I've binged Bridgerton on Netflix. It was okay. I mostly watched it for the outfits. They were beautiful. It's just a beautiful show to watch. The plot was okay, but I loved the just it was so pretty. It's gotten pretty cold in Atlanta, so I've been rewatching through Hyori's Bed and Breakfast. That's also on Netflix. It's a really cute Korean show about like this pop idol who's kind of a little older. She's like the Madonna of South Korea, I think, but she opens her house up as a bed and breakfast for regular people to stay at, and it's just so cozy and cute, and there's lots of cooking in it, and I don't know, I just always keep returning back to it. It's one of my favorite series on Netflix. Disney Plus, I'm watching a documentary called On Point about this ballet school. I don't know why. I've always been drawn to ballet and the people who dance ballet.
Oh, they're fascinating.
Yeah, you just have to dedicate your entire life to it, and that's so fascinating to me. So I'm only a couple episodes in, but so far so good. If anyone else likes documentaries, and then of course the new Bob's Burgers season on Hulu. I've finally finished catching up on that too. I love Bob's Burgers.
Oh,
Yay.
nice.
I was going to say, wait, are there new episodes? Because I love Bob's Burgers.
There are, yeah. There's a new season.
Well, I think I'm caught up on this current season.
Oh,
So I
okay.
wasn't sure if they were back from, winter break
No,
yet.
not yet. Not yet. Well, the funny thing
Okay.
about Bob's Burgers for me is both of my brothers texted me like within a week of each other when Bob's Burgers kind of first came out, and they're like, "Have you seen this show? You're going to love it. Louise reminds me so much of you as a child." And I was like, "Oh, that's so nice. I'm going to watch it." And then Louise is a monster. Like it's like, was I that manipulative as a child? And they're like, "Oh yeah. That was you."
Well, now I know you then.
Yeah. So
I love all the characters in Bob's
I
Burgers.
do too. It's so cute. I love them.
Mm-hmm.
And all the music is fun too.
Awesome. Well, last little question here. What have you been reading while waiting for the update? I'll take this one really quickly because I've got one thing on my list here. I've been reading a children's book on Greek mythology. It's Jackie ordered it a while back because she wanted to gift it to one of our nieces and nephews kind of families, so they can just learn some mythology and stuff. She had this book as a kid and knew a lot of things based on it, and since it came kind of late, so we weren't able to gift it to them for this past holiday. We're probably going to send them on one of their birthdays or something, but it does kind of line up with me playing Hades. So I was like, you know what? I never really knew too much about Greek mythology, so I might as well learn it now while I'm playing through this game. So I'm, learning about their gods and everything, and I know who I'm talking to as I'm playing the game now. And she's like, oh yeah, I know your background,
Cool.
your vibe, what you're up to. So it's been a cool kind of like little companion piece to a game that I just happened to be playing,
That's neat.
Yeah, I guess Sergio,
Nice.
are you reading anything?
I'm not really a reader. Yeah, I don't read much. I mean, Yeah, I read Discord, I read Twitter, but I know that doesn't really count. It's very different. But at least I know that I'm not. When I don't see proper grammar, I notice it. Yeah. But and then on Twitter, I follow everyone that follows me back, so it's a
Aw.
mess and a half. My timeline, but it's still mostly Animal Crossing and gaming stuff, so I'm good with that. It's pretty cool.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. So I guess Nina, what are you reading?
A couple different things. I still have not finished Midnight Sun, which is Twilight from Edward's point of view, because I don't want it to end. I was enjoying it so much when it first came out. So I'm just being lame and not letting myself finish it, but I need to. I just need to. I've got like 3 chapters left or something like that. I need to just finish it. I know how it ends already. I don't know why I'm worried about it. But I also just recently ordered this little comic book that got published, or I think it was a webcomic first, and it was published into a book called Fangs by Sarah Anderson. And it's these cute little one-page comics about a vampire and a werewolf who fall in love. And it's very visual. Like there's not a whole lot of dialogue, and some of them are like funny little comics. I don't know. I like it a lot. So
Oh.
if you like vampires, which obviously I do, you can check that out. And then another comic that is published was an online comic first, and then it also gets published into books. And I think they're making a TV show or a movie or something like that now about it. It's called Lackadaisy Cats by Tracy Butler. And if you don't know it, I strongly suggest you guys to check it out. It's this really cool comic about it's like anthropomorphic cats. Like, have you seen Cats Don't Dance? Do you guys remember that movie? Cats Don't
I
Dance.
feel like
It
that's ringing
kinda-
a bell for me.
Okay, the style kind of looks like that, but it's way more beautiful. And it's about these cats who run like a speakeasy, sort of. And they
Mm-hmm.
have like it's in during Prohibition times in America. It's just really cool, and the characters are like so deep. They all have these backstories. It's really cute. So I need to get back into that. I have a bunch of the books, and I need to kind of catch up from where I left off a while ago.
That's
It's cool.
awesome.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so you got quite a few things on your docket right now.
always.
Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and end the show with our Haken's Islander Corner. For those of you who don't know, every single week we ask our patrons on Patreon a question and read some of their answers out loud here. This week's question was, Mario items are coming in March. What other Nintendo items would you like to see in New Horizons? So we'll go Sergio, then Nina, then me on this one.
Sounds good. So the first answer is from Newt, and they said, Legend of Zelda, because of that Lon milk for sure. I would love another collaboration with Sanrio too, even if I don't use all the cutesy items a whole lot. I love seeing what people do with them all. And Newt, this is the 35th? Yes, 35th anniversary of Zelda in 2021. So that would make sense,
Wow.
hopefully.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
And that'd be cool if we
That-
got those characters back too.
Oh, good point. Very good point, Nina.
Mhm.
Yeah, we got Ganon and Medley and Epona and Wolflink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
So many
exciting.
options.
So Arcane Flame says the Kid Icarus series needs some love, especially since it's turning 35 as well. Maybe replicas of the Wish Seed, Mirror of Truth, and the 3 sacred treasures from Uprising. Paul Lieutenant's outfit as a costume would also be nice.
Ooh.
Also kind of obscure, but there is this one little Japanese game called Dobutsu no Mori, which has this cute little dancing figures inspired by Haniwa that you could dig up from the ground and were called gyroids. It'd be really neat to have them in New Horizons. Amazing. I've never played Kid Icarus, though. Have you guys played that?
No, not me.
No, not much. A little bit of the original. Not much, though.
Okay. Well, that'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. So Morgan Palmetto said, I think some Mario Kart or Nintendo arcade games would be really neat. I think the specific items I would want would be miniature Mario Kart characters and Mario Kart costumes. If we were able to play with villagers as well, that would be an added bonus.
Ooh.
What I like about this is like I can already picture the little costumes, like the Mii costumes
Oh,
that you would unlock
yeah.
in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe if you scanned in
Yeah.
the amiibo that you had, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be an interesting way to handle it because while there have been like a lot of Nintendo items in previous Animal Crossing games, not a lot of them were outfits. Like there was the
Yeah.
Link outfit in New Leaf, and just some here and there, but just having like complete cosplays for all those characters would be really cool.
Man, it'd be really cool too if it was an item like a switch that you could place in your room, and if it's in the same room as a TV, then the TV would show like the game playing. That'd be really cool.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
that'd be cute.
Nice. We also have an answer from Stephanie, and they said, I know my partner's vote is for Monster Hunter items again. I also would enjoy Zelda items and more details for a fantasy theme island. I would be happy if I could make my island look even more mystical and enchanted. Yeah, Monster Hunter for sure. I mean, we've had a little bit of interaction with that franchise, and it's getting 2 games on the Switch this year, so that would make sense.
Wow. It's another franchise I've never played. I've got to try that out.
Yeah, it's one that I've been wanting to try out. Everybody who plays it like really wants more people to play it. That's my
Yeah.
experience with Monster Hunter. They're just like, yeah, we can all play together and spend hours on this. But I also hear like it's one of those games where you like really need to play with people to learn the ropes of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Zibby says, I think a Cooking Mama collaboration would be adorable. If only we could have more food items, because I wish we could have kept the dishes from Turkey Day. They were so cute. They were really cute. I mean, everyone keeps asking for more food items. We definitely need it. And Cooking Mama would be perfect for that.
Yeah, yeah. And speaking of food items, gradually watermelon or Kiki said Pikmin items because you eat Pikmin. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
I'm just kidding. Well, they said Pikmin items, a pop-up Pikmin book and toy set would be so cool, and stools shaped like Pikmin buttons. Breath of the Wild items, Korok figures would be so cute, or the tapestry of the war that we see during cutscenes. That would look awesome on the wall.
Oh.
Splatoon items, Splatoon weapons that we can place and activate so they spray ink.
Whoa.
The ink disappears, of course, but it would be fun to use. We would customize them to the color of ink we want.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, lots of great suggestions in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, hopefully we can see some more Nintendo games make an appearance. Hopefully they don't look... I want them to look like they fit the game a
Yeah.
lot better than previous ones, because I do think they were a little bit out of place in old games, but... overall, the visual improvement of New Horizons has made them a little bit more desirable to me. I was left a little bit unimpressed after New Leaf when I saw the items in every single home.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I'm glad we got a break from them, but I don't think I'd mind seeing them again.
Yeah. And Chuy, I gotta ask you, what's your favorite Pikmin flavor? I'm into the grape one.
Flavor.
As long as the red is like cherry or something, then yeah, red. Red's usually my favorite flavor.
Nice.
You guys are monsters.
Well, thank you all so much for tuning in to this episode of Haken, an Animal Crossing podcast. Don't want the episode to end? Well, you can keep the conversation going by Nintendo switching over to our Discord. Just follow the link in the description, and you can talk with other people who love Animal Crossing as much as you do, including Sergio, Nina, and me. Want to support the show in a bigger way and get your voice heard during the show? visit patreon.com/Chuy-plays-Nintendo. You can support our show with just $1, get special access to a secret room on Discord, join in on the Haken Islander Corner, and even read a monthly newsletter covering all things Haken and Chuy Plays. We really appreciate the support and put your money towards some great things on the show. Tuned in on YouTube? The comments are a great place to let us know your answers to the Haken Islander Corner. What other Nintendo items would you like to see in New Horizons? If you dig what you hear, please KK slide over that review section on your platform of choice. Let people know what they're missing out on. Haken is a Wild production brought to you by Chuy, Sergio, Nina, and all of our patrons. We thank you for listening, and we hope you have a great week.
Goodbye, everybody.
See you all next time.